Hello, everyone, and welcome to another studio talk. So I've been kind of searching for a little bit of a name, just this kind of updates and things like that. And so this is part of our kind of behind the scenes member area. And I have quite a few members on that tier. So thanks so much for supporting the channel, and I hope you're enjoying these videos. So I'm also doing an audio only version on Podbean or on the podcast, anywhere you check out podcasts, so you can um, listen there as well. So a couple of little things here talk about, and maybe I'll just play a little bit to start out with. So this is the ES200 guitar that I use quite a lot. And so I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty versatile. So it gets a lot of use. So it's real good sounding. I need to change the strings on it soon. I'm going to talk about the my string changes on this nylon string. You might notice it's off of the wall mount there. So it's right down next to me, but I'll do a little playing here. So a lot of fun to play this one. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I'm sitting a little further back because I want to show you some other instruments, or in the case of the podcast, listen to other instruments and things. So let's bring out this nylon string guitar. This is a Yamaha, and using this for classical and Brazilian kind of tunes. So I changed this first string. This first string was giving me a lot of trouble. The guitar with its initial setup, intonation was really good, really excellent. Um, I felt that the action was just a little bit high, so I ended up the changing the saddle. If you've been listening, you've probably heard all this, but I changed the saddle, got it just a touch lower, and then I changed the nut. I kept that at I try to get that as close to the original height as possible, but I had to sand down the width as well just to get it to fit in. But fits really well. And so the saddle part is came compensated. So the other one was, but only the third string. So this one has a little detail. So I'm not sure how this is all going to work out. But I had replaced the strings with some medium tension strings, and it really did not work out that well intonation wise. So I was doing some research, and they were saying, at higher tension, at least the factory set that they put on is higher tension. So I changed the first string, and it made a huge difference. And I was unsure about changing these other ones, but I thought, go ahead and do that. But I was a little nervous putting higher tension because I thought, well, maybe this will get damaged. I don't know. And this is the first nylon string Spanish kind of style guitar that I've ever owned, so I'm not that familiar with all the setup and everything. But so it sounds really cool. I like it, and I've been working on this Baden Powell tune, which I hope to play soon. I haven't been practicing it as much as I probably should, as leading up to a recording. I think it's probably practiced enough, but I'll have to kind of warm up on it, I think, quite a bit before I record it. So it's a little bit of a different kind of feel. The strings feel a little further apart. The strings feel a little further off the fingerboard than I'm maybe used to on electric, or even some steel strings. But the setup is feeling pretty good right now. I'm just kind of testing out. These are new strings, so they're kind of settling in. That's a little strange because that string was kind of perfect before. Now it's well, not perfect, but it was a little closer than that. So I think the different gauge strings are probably, I don't know, going to affect each other. I don't know, or probably pulls on the guitar neck in a different way. So. I think it's sounding pretty good. So I'm excited to record on this, and I'm excited to record a little more focused on just in the room playing. So up to this point, I've been really trying to control things and go direct as much as possible. But I've been a little bit unhappy with having the signal going out so close to the strings. For if a microphone, just have a little distance, and it's not like every little hand movement is going into a signal. So I'm excited to record on this. And I was almost just going to leave those other two. So I just changed just today, or just in the last 2 days, I only changed these treble strings. So, and I've been working on shaping and developing these nails. Although each time I work on them, I file them down too far, and then I can't really use them. So, but I've only been doing that for a couple of weeks. So hopefully, I'll get some kind of decent nails going. So I just changed those last two strings just a few moments ago, just before our show. So those strings are still kind of settling in, and those, like, they've kind of settled in quicker than I thought in general. Because I did borrow a nylon string many years ago, doing a little bit of a well, there are a couple circumstances. I was doing a little bit of a classical duet, um, and so I borrowed one for that, and then I was doing some classical gigs and some like wine tastings and different things, and I had sort of a, well, I think he was kind of an aspiring agent, but he's like another musician that um, I had played with a few times, but he was kind of trying to, do the whole business thing, and so he would hire me to do some classical guitar things, and then he had one, so I would just borrow that. But so this is kind of nice too. All right, so I'm bringing out this show you another instrument here, and this is kind of cool. So so this is an ukulele, and this is an ukulele by Godin. Let me tune it up here a little bit. So just a little explanation on this one. This is a really cool instrument. I think I talked about it a little while ago. But Godin is a Canadian instrument maker. Really kind of cool because I think his name is Robert Godin. He's pretty innovative, and at the same time, makes some real kind of traditional instruments like ouds. He's got an oud that he makes, and but really, I think very practical for kind of like stage use. So I'm daydreaming a little bit about, as I played. I'll show you a little bit what I was doing this morning, but trying to play maybe with a pick. It's a little loud. The volume here. Okay, and then another thing, this Quilter. I'm just going through this Quilter amp, and so the speaker is this Dock Block 10TC, and it's got a full range speaker. So this little Quilter Interblock, tiny little mini amp thing, kind of pedal board sort of amp, has a switch that goes full range. So I was working this morning on just kind of taking the pick to it, which I haven't done that much on ukulele with a pick, but I'm just kind of decided, since my main focus is on improvisation and jazz and stuff, So it kind of makes sense to just kind of explore it a little bit. So still feels a little loud, but I have to do quite a lot of work on it. I think just to get more comfortable with it. And one thing I want to try to do is keep the tuning kind of more in with the high G. And so I focused a lot on improvising with the top three strings on it, and playing through some tunes, improvising and playing around with it. So it's really, on the one hand, it's sort of like, well, you can think in terms of some of the guitar knowledge, but on the other hand, it's just different. So so I've been working, classical and of course the kind of strumming things, but applying, some jazz and some things to it. It's been pretty fun. So just gotta have a little reverb going. I've also been experimenting with kind of without the pick too. But there's some really kind of interesting kind of things about it, you might say. So if you can play kind of melodically. I don't know if I explained this the other day, but took a shape, just kind of hold my hand in one position, kind of basically like a chord shape. And notice I'm playing all the stepwise motion. So I think there's really something kind of cool to this higher G, an octave higher than it would be on guitar anyway. And so one thing I'm thinking about doing too is to place a high D string on one of my guitars, and just kind of get practicing with that and get a feel for what that string kind of feels like that. But this is kind of cool. If COVID sort of subsides here, maybe I'll take it out and try to do some jazz jams, or maybe do this on a tune or two if I have a gig somewhere. And I'm kind of wondering too if I should do a dedicated ukulele channel, but it's so hard to keep up with even just one or two channels, but see how it goes. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for checking out this talk and this update, and I'll see you all in the next one.